Konnichiwa, I'm Kawaii Critic, and Buck Business has allowed me to pick up and review Fear the Walking Dead. It's Season 3, and I'll be checking out both episodes 1 and 2. But before that, I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on Fear the Walking Dead in general, both Seasons 1 and 2. So far, I feel Fear the Walking Dead has suffered from poor pacing, poor character development, and bad acting in general, and just not really memorable characters. So, coming into season 3, my expectations were extremely low, and somehow I still ended up being disappointed. Now, I will make a note here that I did not see the entire episode through beginning to end, so my review in itself will be a bit wonky, if anything else. The other note I will make now is that if I don't remember any characters' names, I do apologize, as getting back into this show was a little bit challenging. I tried to write down as many names as possible, but I didn't get everyone, of course, and I did miss some parts. So, with that being said, let's get into the recap. So, we begin this episode with Travis and Madison, both separated once again. I don't know how they got separated. I don't remember how season 2 ended it, so I don't know how they ended up in this sort of military facility. But they're there with uh, both their son Nick and their daughter, whose character's name I don't remember at all. Uh, so Madison is with their daughter, and Travis is with the son. And at some point, they are being held by these military type groups. Uh, and that thing I mentioned about the slow pacing and bad acting, it's still present, and it's so much of a bummer. Anyways, there's this little fight that happens, and then Travis gets out, and then the mom eventually gets out. I kind of missed how they got reunited, but at some point they do get reunited. The last thing I saw was Travis get thrown into a pit. I don't know how he got out, but yeah, he gets it. And then one of the military guys gets his eye like poked out by Madison. So they eventually all meet up. And Travis has his girlfriend. I believe I wrote her name somewhere, but I don't know where. So I'll just call her Nick's girlfriend for now. So uh, she's slowing them down a bit because I guess she got injured at some point in time. And they escape through these sewer vents. And when they make it out to the other side, they are met with a bunch of walkers. So Travis, at this point, was thrown down the pit, as I mentioned earlier, and then somehow he meets up with his family, and then uh, at some point, I don't know how this ends up happening, but some of the rest of the military group ends up helping them, which is baffling. I don't know what happened, but whatever. Okay, that just happens. Anyways, the guy without the eye, who loses an eye, is talking about his brothers. And then there's this other guy who's like checking out this building, and there's this really bad camera work as he's being torn into the wall by this walker. I am so shocked. As The Walking Dead, even Fear the Walking Dead has been known for at least good camera work, and this was terrible. It was cutting all over the place and too like shaky. It was really weird. Anyways, Madison ends up talking to one of the guys, one of the military guys, and then walkers start coming out from all sides, like they escape somehow. So Madison ends up with they're trying to escape, and Madison ends up with the guy with the one eye, and Travis ends up in this helicopter. with the daughter, and Madison ends up with Nick. So that is the first episode. And we begin the second episode saying the helicopter takeoff, and it soon after is taking fire, and Travis is shot in the neck. Afterwards, he shows his gut, and I guess he was bit at some point. I don't know, but anyways, he ends up leaping out of the helicopter, assumed to now be dead since he fell off of a helicopter. And this is what I'm talking about. So this is supposed to be one of the big characters, and the death scene, it just didn't leave much of an impact. His character, it just didn't do anything for me. So when he died at that point in time, I was just like, oh, he's dead, I guess. Anyways, we cut to this black doctor whose name I don't remember, and I could have sworn he died in season two. But maybe that was the character he fell in love with? I'm not sure. Anyway, he's alive and he's in this other area building with this other nurse, and they're looking after a bunch of people. And meanwhile, as soon as the helicopter lands, the sister is looking for the body, but this military guy who's flying the copter is like, "No, we gotta get out of here." And then we see the son, Nick, and Madison end up getting out of the truck. Uh, and now Nick also wants to find them, assuming that something happened, I guess. Uh, and the mom shows up that she has this gun just in case anything goes bad. Anyways, we cut back to the black doctor who's helping this other medic, and then uh, he is requested to look after this other woman, this elderly woman who eventually jumps off of the building. So, uh, Madison is talking to these other military characters, more of them, uh, and this uncle or grandpa character leads them further and giving them sort of this quick overview of what's going on. And now Nick is feeling guilty. And I wrote way later on that his girlfriend was Lucina, so I apologize for not knowing that. But anyway, she was the one who was injured, and yeah, she was like not barely breathing. So Nick points out again at some point, and then we cut back to the sister who's concerned with what's going to happen. And the guy that was with her ends up leaving after he hears a whistle. And we see him slip down on this little mountain path like an idiot. And the sister character has to protect him as he's shooting off the walkers. And his partner was killed in action. We cut back to the dock leading to the room, and now we see him like trying to talk to the lady at this point. He talks to her about hope, and this is when she actually decides to just jump off even after the whole hope talk. So the sister character runs toward the military group, toward this ranch, and then the sister meets with Madison, and the guy with the one eye is there too. And then like Nick grabs one of the guns and he's like aiming it like angry at everyone and saying, "Help my girlfriend out." And the granddad character talks him out of it. The sister and brother Nick hug it out at some point. Uh, then we see the black doctor get into his car and drive off. Oh, I don't know if he drove off, but he got this fancy car at the very least. So we finally end with the sister like doing her thing, checking in with the mom and the brother too. And there was this other quick bit about Madison having this gun at some point. But anyways, that was the quick recap of both episodes 1 and 2, and I gotta say that, yeah, the opening of Fear the Walking Dead isn't that surprising. It's still not that great. Uh, but since I did consider picking this up, and since this is, I do technically consider this job my job, even though I don't get paid, uh, I will be continuing to review Fear the Walking Dead throughout the entire season, so that's that. And if you enjoyed this review, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, everyone, bye!